ministry, in business, in politics, in whatever field of endeavor, it will be a measure of your value and your contribution. Say value. Please say it again. Say value. Say contribution. Say value. Say contribution. Please look up. When you are sick, who do you need in your life? A doctor. Is that true? Yeah. When you want to build a house, you need an architect. Am I right? When you want to solve your security concerns, you need a security agent. Until your life can match a problem and solve it, there is no reason why people will consider you necessary in their lives. Don't downplay the law of value and contribution. Those in ministry especially, most people think they are in ministry and people are placing a demand on them just because they are preaching Jesus Christ. From a spiritual standpoint, yes, but from a standpoint of success, from a standpoint of impact and exploits, it is because you are making a healthy contribution. A man of God is part of the systems put in place. Are we together now? To help people in matters of faith, and you are a contributor to nation building. So you are not a nuisance to civilization. Let me tell you this: if nobody is following you and placing a demand upon your life, it is a report card to you that your value and your contribution is low or not there. Every service, respectfully speaking, I leave this place only on a few times, but most times we stay into the morning, because after the service there are still other things you're doing, counseling, praying, and doing some other things. And no matter how you want to cut it, the demand and the needs of the people is just overwhelming, and you know that God has engraced you to solve that problem. Can I tell you this? When all men seek for you, it is because there's something you are carrying that has now been revealed. Look how Dr. Miles describes it so excellently. A mango tree does not have a signboard that brings people to it. A mango tree does not have a worship team that charges the atmosphere. A mango tree does not have ushers. All the mango tree does is to begin to produce mangoes. And remember, when it is budding and doing all of these things, people can pass. But give it a few months, people will stand there in response to the quality, juicy fruits on that tree. Human beings who once neglected that tree can now climb the tree. Look how people come early in the morning on a windy day to pick the mangoes that are on the ground. Can I tell you, there is an explanation to your loneliness. I don't mean to play with your emotions, but for as long as you believe that people will be indefinitely committed to you without providing any notable value and contribution, you are dreaming. Think again. Nobody will follow you and invest into your life and destiny indefinitely, except and unless at the instance of value, ever increasing value and contribution. Men of God, let's listen carefully. It will take more than just evangelism to bring people. Make sure where they are coming to is prepared enough. Prepared through the quality of sound teaching, prepared through the demonstration of the Spirit to solve real life problems. Is someone learning now? How many of you know that there were businesses that were in existence 10 years ago and they've been edged out because they did not develop themselves to match the current realities that are in today's world? Loneliness has an explanation. When you are left alone, it doesn't mean people hate you. It's that they are determined to solve their problems, and they have learned by experience that you don't intend to be part of that solution. So they will respectfully create a group and keep you there. There are many of you who have maybe restrooms or rooms especially in facilities like this, and sometimes they can put a little card there, out of service. Out of service means it has potential to be used, but right now you cannot use it. Some of you, that's what you have written. It's all over you as you move around. I am out of service. I can't contribute anything to your life. There are men of God, respectfully, who are carrying that placard. I want to serve Jesus, but I've not built my value, the spiritual content of my value, to be able to serve God's people with excellence and precision, translating their desires into a Christian experience that is fruitful. How do you know you are making definite contributions? Because the demand will continue for as long as you remain valuable. Ladies and gentlemen, have you seen, some of you who watch Nat Geo Wild, the National Geographic channel, you find out that sometimes they show all of these videos of, you know, the animal kingdom, and they come to the riverside to take water. Once they are full, sometimes they ignore the river, and the river never moves to look for them. The river is confident enough to know that sooner or later they will come back. Man of God, who told you there are too many men of God in Nigeria? You are just not anointed enough. You've not just sat down to build capacity enough, not from a competitive standpoint. You have not branded your impact with such value and contribution. Can I tell you, when you become valuable, those who need you will find you. Man of God, who told you, or I said man of God, businessman, who told you there are enough malls in Abuja? Oh, Abuja people, when I hear people say there are too many people doing this, I say no. In every industry, there are those who are at the highest levels. Are we together? Yeah. Last time I checked, there are about 3.6 people. I'm sure a lot more than that. In Abuja, for instance, let's use our city. Every one of these people, at least, even if they are fasting, they still break. Can I tell you this? Your value must be able to match the level of hunger and thirst that people have. You are not at liberty to just create any kind of value, refined or not. Your value must be refined. If you are a man of God, it's time to go back and stay with the Holy Spirit. Don't just rush and say, I have what to offer. You preach 2 weeks and you don't have anything to say again. The people may not fight you, but the demons attacking them are real. The confusion in their lives is not, they are not faking these things. They will leave you and look for genuine solutions. Are you getting what I'm saying now? This is very powerful. Do you know that there are businesses in this nation? Look at banks, for instance. Because of the role that they play in helping the economy of territories, it does not matter what location they establish the bank, you will always find people there because there is money inside. Respectfully, I would always give this story of NSAS. I'm now not to stir up, I'm a preacher, but then let me just, during the NSAS, you know, people were, sadly, it's not what I will encourage, but people were, you know, jumping and boggling storehouses. Do you know that there was no storehouse that said, I am here, there is rice inside me? How people invented the skill to discern, this discernment that looked very hard during that NSAS. People found out, and we didn't see where the ladder was, but there were people at the top, because some of the storehouses were hidden in places that you should not suspect that there's anything there. Bike men were following both sides of the roads, carrying people, and they were laughing.